How to direct your photography clients. The true sign of a professional photographer is being able to consistently recreate the same quality of work. And a big part of that is directing our clients. We need to tell them exactly what we want them to do so that we can achieve the end result. It's also really tough if you've never done it before. So I'm going to give you a handful of this many tips on how to effectively communicate with your clients so you can make them look and feel amazing. Hello, my name is Mike Lloyd. I am a professional photographer in Silicon Valley, California. I've been doing it since 2010 and teaching photography since 2012 to photographers all over the world how to do what to do with my camera and my business. And I freaking love it because I get to help people make magic and make other people feel great while making a living for themselves. It's a pretty sweet gig. So one of the things that really separated me in the beginning, and I believe still does, is how I direct my clients. And even my clients who have worked with other photographers or my model friends who have just been in the game for a long time consistently tell me that nobody gives direction in photo shoots like I do. And I'm excited for you to also start reaping those same benefits because your clients will trust you more. They will feel more confident in front of the camera when you are more confident behind the camera. And when you can actually bring your vision to life, then they'll look better and feel better and everybody wins. So I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to better direct your clients during the photo shoot. Number 1 is be direct. Number 2 is mirror the pose. Number 3, do not use the words left and right. Number 4, positive reinforcement, always. And number 5, go take a yoga class. And it's not about flexibility. So number 1 is be direct. So in all the posing workshops I do, 99% of every photographer who walks in steps up to shoot the model and they're like, okay, if you could just be yourself, or I don't know, if you want to turn or move your arm over there, maybe. What the heck are you going to do with that? Be direct in your instruction. You might be thinking, well, I have no idea what I want people to do, so how am I going to confidently tell them to do it? That's it. You're going to confidently just tell them to do something, and then you're going to figure out what works and what doesn't. That's how I got started. And I would literally, pre-Instagram, I don't think Pinterest was invented yet. I actually subscribed to all these women's fashion magazines, and I would tear pages out and I would do these practice shoots where I'm looking at the magazine spread. I'm like, okay, put your arm over here. Now turn your chin over there. Now bring this leg over there. And I didn't realize it, but I was learning how to direct my clients by just looking at one thing and telling them to do the thing. And that is how we pose people in photography. So if you're like, that's cool, I don't know what to tell people to do, just tell them to do something and tell them confidently and they will do it and then you will figure it out. And you'll notice a lot of the things I'm going to give you today all tie in together. So this is one piece of the puzzle, is be direct with your direction. Lots of directing there. And it's things like, cool, now turn this way, bring your chin back over, eyes up there. Very, very clear in what you want them to do. If you're like, again, I don't know what to do, just start moving things. Hey, hook your thumb in your pocket or in the waistband of your undies right there. Cool. Now look over that way. And in your mind, you're like, that doesn't really work, but cool, take the picture anyway. And then just keep telling them to do things and keep adjusting things. Like, all right, now turn your shoulders a little bit. Cool, now look down your shoulder and then look over there and then look at the camera and then look over there and then bring this hand up. Now bring your hand there and then bring your hand there and bring your hand there. And then just move them quickly. And then go back and look at the photos later on. You've taken 500 photos, but you're going to start to notice things that worked and things that didn't. And things, when you give direction, maybe that didn't make sense to the client and they didn't know how to do the thing, but then you'll learn your better language to do it again next time. So just give direction and figure it out as you go. But you got to be direct. You can't just ask someone I don't know if you want to turn maybe or kind of look like that or whatever, then you're never going to get there. So just tell them to do something and figure it out as you go. Number 2 is mirror the pose. This is a big one, and it's one of the reasons that my clients love working with me. I always demo the pose before I ask them to do it. And it can even be as simple as when I'm having them stand there and I'm giving them the direction. I don't just stand there, like a rigid statue and then give them the directions. and this is going to tie into part 3 of not using the words left and right, but I will just move my body as I tell them to do it. So I'll take that leg and bring your knee across, point your toes down. Now I want you to take this arm and I'm going to have you hook it in the waistband right here. Now take this hand and bring it up. And by the end of it, I'm in the pose also, or at least what I think the pose looks like, because I can't see myself, but it's enough to get them started. And then I can make the adjustments from there, which will make part 1 a lot easier of giving them direction, which you can like just go like this and then bring your hand up here. And then this hand, just bring it behind you so I can't see it. And then lean back a little bit. And then you can give them direction and see in real time like what's happening. So it's a great way to get them started. And then you can make your adjustments from there. But mirroring the pose, it also, you're going to look silly doing it maybe, but either way, it builds confidence with them, because if you're willing to do it, they'll be more willing to do it. Number 3, do not use the words left and right, because right now our left and right are the opposite. And it's a bad habit to get into of saying, now take your left hand over here and then look off to the right, because it's going to be backwards for you. And you're going to have to remember what, am I using my left or am I using your left? And it's not easy for anyone when you're working with lefts and rights if they're not the same lefts and rights. So what do? Use concrete things around the room. So what I'll say is, instead of move your right hand, I'll say take that hand, or the hand closest to the light. Instead of look to your left, I'll say look at the chair or look at the light switch. I'll give them things as reference points. Or I won't say turn to your left, I'll say turn toward my light. Or I'll say turn this way. And I'll give them direction that isn't left and right. So again, pick things around the room. You'll find that you use the same things over and over again. Look to the camera, look to the light, look at the corner of the room, look down your shoulder, as opposed to left or right. And as you're mirroring things, instead of saying look down your left shoulder, which would be that for you, the way I'm filming this now, I'm going to say, cool, now bring your chin down to your shoulder. I don't even have to say left. They're just going to mirror it the same way that I'm doing. So really easy ways to eliminate the confusion of left and right. Tell them to do the thing, mirror it, give them anchor points around the room to interact with. And number 4, positive reinforcement all the time. This is huge when it comes to directing, because we are not just directing the physical position of their body, we are directing the way that they feel about the shoot and about themselves, more importantly. So if you put somebody into a pose and it doesn't look good, take the photo, tell them it looks amazing, move on to the next one. That is one of the biggest skills of a photographer, is keeping your poker face and being excited all the time. Now, given my clients can absolutely tell when I am stoked with a pose, but they never know when I'm not. And there are times when I'll be like, hey, you want to try something new? Let's do something crazy. I've never done this before. And then we'll try it. I'm like, that made way more sense in my brain. I got a better idea. And they kind of laugh at that. But it's never, they didn't do the pose right. I'm like, I guess bodies aren't meant to do that. Or, come to think of it, I don't know what I was thinking right there. I just spaced out for a sec. And bring it back to me if I have to. But I rarely ever do that. I always want to reinforce positively. And one thing to keep in your back pocket, which this has probably happened twice in my career, somebody will say, what about that one pose where we did the thing? But in your brain, you're like, oh man, it looked so terrible. I would never show anyone that. Rather than tell them that, I'll say, you know what? I missed my focus. It just wasn't the quality of image that I want to show you, but we have so many other amazing ones. You're going to love these. And then they're like, oh, cool. Let me see all the amazing ones, but I never tell them that it doesn't look good, because they're going to internalize that as I don't look good, I'm failing. And that's the opposite of what we want. So even back to the beginning, when I said, just give them direction and tell them to do things, everything looks great. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Oh, so cool. Now let's do this, and just keep moving through things. And you can, react to everything later on when you're looking at the photos away from your client. Number 5, go take a yoga class. Now, this isn't because it's a great marketing opportunity or a way to, ease stress and live a healthier lifestyle, but you will learn how yoga instructors tell people to move their body. So rather than say, stick your boobs out, they'll say, elevate your rib cage. Little ways to phrase things that allow you to professionally tell your clients how to move their body. Because I'm never going to say, I don't use any vulgar language or anything slang when I'm talking to a client. I might say, cool, now pop your booty back. That is as scandalous as I get with my language. If you are a female photographer and you are shooting boudoir, you have a little more leeway in there, but especially as a dude, I am very, very careful with the language I use with my clients. So going to yoga classes will tell you how to have people arch their back, because you're not gonna be like, cool, suck it in. Instead, bring your belly button to your spine. Same effect. Also, they're not gonna suck it in because then their face gets all red. Instead, they're going to just engage the abs, the core, and bring that in while keeping this stress free, as opposed to sucking it in and then you get like clenched neck over here. And that's just generally not the look that we're going for. So a lot of magic will happen when you guide people with the right words. So quick recap of our 5 points here. Be direct with your instruction. Number 2, mirror everything. Number 3, avoid left and right. Number 4, no matter what, everything is great. Reinforce positively. And 5, go take a yoga class so you can learn the right verbiage to use when directing your client. Also, I've got great videos on how to pose. You can come to one of my workshops or take my posing course in the Boudoir Guild if you want, but there's really no downside to go taking yoga classes anyway, so I definitely recommend doing that. And if you're like, that's cool, but how do I actually get people in front of my camera? I got it linked down below. Check out my other video on how to attract clients into your photography business. And if you have any questions about any of this, join us in the Boudoir Guild's Facebook group. I'm happy to help however I can. That is a wonderful place to get support and feedback and meet other photographers learning just like you are. You are amazing. We'll see you inside.